What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, we have an official post about Land 1.5, The Secret of Praetoria. This was put out this morning by the official Splinterlands account on PeakD and Hive blog. It doesn't really contain anything like new and game-changing, so I'm not going to sit here and read it all to you. But it does have some interesting notes here of things that we knew were going to be coming in, but maybe we can extrapolate and create a little bit of a timeline, right? So basics, it's coming out November 14th. This is the first phase, which is really meant to just be an interim phase, right? And then we'll be working towards phase 2, and we can get into that in a little bit, right? Oh, actually, no, let's just do it now. So phase 2, is going to feature over 30 different types of buildings that can be constructed and upgraded on players' land plots in order to produce over 50 different resources as part of an intricate and interconnected system, with the end result being the crafting of item and spell cards beginning phase 3. So this will also allow players to begin the reconstruction project to discover the secret of Praetoria and unlock the full value of their land ownership. So, and we should hopefully expect the phase 2 white paper. It says in the near future, but I think Matt was trying to get it out by the end of the month. So that's what they put in there as an official teaser for 2.0. But for the 1.6 release, which isn't even like listed as an official 1.6 release, here is what they have, right? So the list of those features in a rough priority order, right, are included below. So I think we already knew that the internal, grain DEC market, or the LP automated market maker, that was going to be high priority. So that is listed at number 1. What I was a little surprised about were number 2 and number 3. Unlocking soulbound cards for use on land. Okay, I can understand the priority of wanting to do that. Everybody has all these soulbound cards. It actually could be a great DEC sync and voucher sync as well. I don't know that I would put it at number 2 though. And then number 3 is even more confusing. Totem fragment combining. I mean, I get it. We all want to be able to, earn or find totems on our land and then be able to use that to boost our production. But that just seemed unnecessary, all compared to number 4. And I've made a video about this in the past where I thought that the most important thing was prefix titles. So it's interesting to see that at number 4 instead of at like number 2 or even number 3, right? I would have put it maybe not at number 1. I think everybody really wants that grain LP, and I can understand the impact it'll have. But I would have put the prefix titles at number 2. But I'm not making the decision, so we gotta live in reality. Then number 5, you got the DEC rental market. Again, that's something that sure, it could be useful. I don't know how many people are gonna actually be using it. And then of course you have card rentals, and finally, officially, land surfing is listed here. So again, this isn't being listed as like 1.6, but these are all of the features that they would like to add. So, for me, I've been a little bit skeptical about land surfing. It seems like it's very far off. And I think that I'm kind of right? I mean, like, it's literally at the end here, although I will say it sounds like they are trying to do all of this as part of 1.5, 1.6, however you want to categorize it, before 2.0 comes out. So this is where things are going to be kind of interesting, right? What is the timeline over the next couple of months that we can expect all of these things to come into play? Well, first and foremost, the white paper for 2.0 is not done yet, right? So, even when it's done, Matt wants to release it by the end of the month as a draft that the community can give feedback on. So I don't think there's going to be any, development that starts on 2.0 until 2024, and not even the beginning of 2024, maybe, right? Considering that, what is Farpetrod and the other developers going to be doing? Well, it sounds like if 1.5 is ready to go, the grain market is going to be the first thing, right? And then you got the unlocking soulbound cards, totem fragment combining, prefix titles. I don't need to read through all of them, but I was giving a couple of dates out there, right? Initially, I was saying land could either come the 14th, 1.5, I should say, could come the 14th, or it could come on December 12th. Outside of that, right, it's all like holiday weekends or kind of like interim weekends. So, and November 28th is the only date that's kind of like open right now, but that's 2 weeks after land, and it's a week after the holiday. So I don't think that we're going to get the grain market right then. If we did, that'd be awesome, but I'm not going to expect anything at that time frame. So if we're hoping to get these things out, and if they are being worked on in this order, My hope, and again, this is just me speculating. I have no idea. We can ask Farpetrad or on the next town hall, town square. But my hope is that maybe they can shoot to get the grain and DEC market, right, the LP, out before the end of the year in December. That would actually be quite awesome. Now, when it comes to everything else, I don't know how long it takes to code. I don't know how long it takes to QA. We've seen massive delays already all across the board just because this is a pretty big project, right? And it's all-encompassing with a bunch of different things that they're trying to consider, not just for now, but for the future of land. So I think I said previously in a live stream or in a video where it's like, okay, if they can hit us with a land feature once a month, right? And it doesn't have to be big. It could be, I'm not expecting 1.6 to come in a month. I'm saying all of these different things to come in over, a period of like a month. That could kind of give us an idea of what to expect. So what do I mean by that? If we say, right, mid-December, December 12th is when we can hopefully get the grain market. And I know I'm probably being a little optimistic about this, but granted, it's just it's hype time with Splinterlands. So let's just roll with me for a little bit. So if we can get the LP in December, right, mid-December, that December 12th timeline, I wonder if we'd be able to get the unlocking of Soulbound cards in January, right, mid-January. Then we get Totem Fragment combining in mid-February, right. March would be prefix titles. Was it April for DEC, card rentals for land in May, and then land surfing in June. Now, you might look at that and say, well, parts of it are, either really bullish or optimistic, or parts of it are very too conservative or bearish. Again, I'm just trying to give a rough timeline here on what I would expect. I don't think that any of these are like gigantic outside of land surfing, but at the same time, we don't really know how all of it's going to play out. Also, what we need to consider is the fact that the holidays are coming up, and so that's going to factor into when any of this can really get started in a broader format, right? So let's say we miss like the December 12th window, right? Maybe Farpetrad has a well-deserved break and he gets to start his Christmas and holiday celebrations early. We don't need or get anything on the 12th. Rebellion is out, and we're all happy with that anyway, right? Rebellion comes out on the 5th. So you could push this all back a month at that point, and maybe we shoot to get like the grain LP in January, right? In January, February, March, prefix titles move to April, right? So now we're looking at the first half of the year essentially consisting of all of these different updates just for 1.6, which means 2.0 is probably not coming until maybe like Q4 is what I would say, right? Hopefully by the end of 2024. So again, I'm excited for all this stuff, but I'm just trying to be realistic in where my expectations are, and the fact that we only have like 1 or 2 devs that are actually working on this with the team size reduced. So that's kind of where my head is at. I would love to hear how you guys are thinking through this, when your expectations for all these things are, because I've had conversations, especially on the live streams, where people think land surfing is around the corner, right? They got super excited because, Hardpoint did an interview over the summer and it's like, oh yeah, I can't wait. Like land surfing is going to be awesome. But I don't see that happening until summer of 2024 at the earliest, especially if it is last on the priority list. And I do wonder, and this is just me talking here, I do wonder if 2.0 would actually take precedence over land surfing. I don't know, I'm just curious, right? If they wanted to get 2.0 out sooner and land surfing ends up being this kind of bigger project, then maybe they just do land surfing after land is actually out, right? The land in the way that Matt's envisioning it with 2.0, all the buildings, all the resources and stuff like that, then they pivot to land surfing. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but that's just my kind of guess there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you're feeling about this, when you think we'll see things, when you would like to see things. We'd all like to see it tomorrow, but realistically speaking, do you think that my estimates of like one of these every month over the next, 6-7 months is legitimate or not? Let me know. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.